Hey everyone, thanks for joining me. I'm just jumping on to share with you a new path that our family is on, this really new exciting news about our journey, and I can't wait to share that with you. But first, for those of you that don't know me really well, just really briefly, I am married to the love of my life. We live in East Tennessee on a small farm. We have 9 children, 6 of whom still live in our house. We also have children-in-law and grandchildren and a couple of extras that we just claim as ours, even though legally they're not. Of those 9 children, 3 of them came into our family through adoption, 1 domestically, 2 internationally. Adoption is something we are super passionate about. We believe that every Christian has a calling to care for orphans. There's a lot of different ways that you can do that. I'm going to share more about that down the road, my thoughts on ways that you can get involved. But for now, I wanted to tell you I was going to share some information about how my 2 kids, the 2 most recent ones that we adopted, came into our home, because we have a lot of people that are always asking us, how did that happen? What did it cost? What were the ups and downs? What were the biggest struggles? What was the process? And so eventually I'm going to make some videos on that to share with you our journey on that. But instead, I'm super excited to tell you that I'm going to actually be walking you through an adoption firsthand. Because after much prayer, my husband and I have decided that 9 just isn't enough. And we are going to be bringing another child or 2 into our home. And so everyone's really excited. The kids are pumped. We don't know for sure what exactly that's going to look like. That's some of the excitement about adoption, just knowing that the Lord has a child or 2 picked out for you and they're waiting for you, and it's already all figured out. We just have to be obedient to his calling. So after about 1.5 to 2 years of praying for the right timing, we have decided that now is the right time. And I know there are people out there saying, Katie, you guys are crazy. You already have 9 children. Why would you want more? But we believe that children are a blessing from the Lord. And so with that understanding, why would you not want as many blessings as you can possibly have? We're very, very excited. So what I want to do, the reason we thought about just keeping this to ourselves until we were further along in the process, but what I'd like to do is walk you through that adoption with me. I'd like to just show you what the costs are, what the process is, what the ups and downs are, what the challenges are, what happens in order, because so many people want to know that and they don't even know where to begin or where to look for help. So that's the purpose of, I'm going to be making some videos for you over this entire process, just walking you through how it's going and what we're doing. So as of right now, we're very, very early in the stages. We've prayed about the first question that they ask you, which is, do you want to adopt domestically or internationally? And for us, we went back and forth. At one time, several years ago, we had tried to adopt domestically through the foster care system, and we just had a lot of doors shut, and we knew that that wasn't the right time for us then. That's when we went and switched to internationally and brought 2 beautiful children home from Poland who were 7 and 8. They've been with our family 4 years now. This time we feel like the Lord is leading us domestically again. Again, that may change and doors may be shut, but that is where we feel we're being led at this time. So the very, very first step is filling out an application and choosing an agency and filling out an application. So we went with an agency called Lifeline. They're out of Alabama. Now, Lifeline is very special to us. They helped us bring our children home from Poland after we faced some serious struggles and thought that maybe our children weren't going to get to come home. God brought us to Lifeline, and they helped us through that, which is a story I will share with you someday, the whole story. But we just adore them and love their Christian values. And so we decided it was a no-brainer for us just to go back with them. So the very first step was simply filling out a pre-application. Once we were approved through that, they sent us an actual application. Now, this application was kind of long. They asked us a lot of questions, like about where we lived, our income, how many bedrooms were in our house, who was living in the home, our backgrounds, our employment, our debt, our income. They asked us also, because they're a Christian agency, a lot about our spiritual walk, how involved we were in a church, our life before Christ and after Christ, what certain things meant to us, like salvation and questions along those lines. So it was not a quick and easy application to fill out. It probably took us an hour or two to fill all of that information out. And then there was a fee. That application fee is $300. So we have completed that, and that's where we're at. Not very far along. Like I said, the next step will be for a social worker to reach out to us and contact us. So we are excited about that. If at some point we complete our home study, which is the next step, that social worker will help us complete our home study, then we will have an opportunity, if the Lord ends up changing our paths and we choose to go internationally or along different lines, we can then take that home study that's already made and adjust it for whatever that looks like, whatever country we end up going to, should we change where we think the Lord is leading us. But as of right now, this may be different if you're seeking adoption for an infant, although at this point you would still go through this application process, but the process will look a little bit differently because we are not looking for an infant. We're hoping to adopt a child over the age of 7 or 8, a little bit closer in age to our own children. Our youngest, we have 3 11-year-olds and a 12-year-old, so just a little bit younger than that. Most adoption agencies prefer that you bring this child into your home in birth order, even if they weren't born into your family through natural birth. So birth order. So anyway, that's our exciting news. That's where we're at. Please feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions. In the meantime, we would love your prayers just that our hearts are obedient to the Lord and His calling as we walk this path. Our prayers that our child or children, wherever they are, know that they're loved and that they are protected and that they are desired. Prayers for all the children out there that maybe haven't found a family yet. Prayers for those people that are considering adoption. There's a lot of people that could use prayers in this broken world. So just prayers for this whole path for ourselves, but also for anyone else going through this process or considering this process, and especially for those precious children. So thank you for that. Like I said, reach out to me if you have questions. I look forward to hearing from you and sharing this exciting journey with you. God bless.